Blitz Writing by Inez Holden. Night Shift, page 80. I went downstairs again and watched from the front of the street. Two women were talking together. One of them was telling the other that she could sleep through heavy gunfire. Bombs and siren and all don't wake me, but there's one sound I can't abide, and that's the barking of a little dog. My sister-in-law had one. Oh, it was a yapper. It got on my nerves terrible. I couldn't sleep nights. I thought I should have to leave London, but she went away about 5 weeks ago and took her dog with her, so there's peace again now. At this moment, all the windows in the first house broke, scattering their glass along the pavement. The two big dogs broke out in howl protest again. Outside my room there was a stove. Above it, in a rack, I kept the china plates I needed for my meals. From time to time they chattered together, but none of them got broken. I thought of the way in which we lived by sounds, and in my mind I began to go through the sounds of the evening. The penny whistle, the siren wail, airplane hum, gunfire, penny whistle again, howling of dogs, a tear-sheet sound of bomb, crackling sound of fire, running feet, dragging of a stirrup pump along a floor, human voice giving out directions, water jetting against burning rafters, the stones of a house falling in quickly, talk, ambulance bells, fire engine bells, breaking glass, patter of shell splinter like fine rain, boots brave walking along a street, machine gun fire in the air, shell splinter on the ground, a noise like a barbed wire rug being rolled up, wardens' whistles, fire watches' whistles, auxiliary fire engine wheels and shouted orders. And so these same sounds again, in 2-sound, 3-sound time, all together or separately. This higher method of counting sheep lulled me to sleep for 10 minutes, and when I woke up, the goods station had got a direct hit. A rain of fire came down in the sooty garden behind the houses. Every few minutes there was another muffled explosion as oil and spirits caught fire. When this happened, lighted pieces of paper flew up into the air and floated down on us, but they had no power and went out as soon as they touched the ground. We were able to walk in the garden like miracle men and women through this fire rain. It was harmless, but must have looked very strange. The all clear sounded out. I walked down the road. Policemen were patrolling about in twos like men going out to bat at a cricket match. The firemen still worked on burning buildings. Otherwise the streets were almost deserted. The gas cooking stove did not work now, but I knew a cafe where I thought I should be able to get breakfast, so that after I had eaten I could come home and sleep until it was time for me to dress and get ready for the Sunday night shift. The extremes of fatigue brought about by long hours in the workshop and air bombardment could make an individual into another person, a half-conscious creature, removed a little way from the things which were happening. All through this night, people had been killed, buried, suffocated, made homeless, burnt and trapped beneath buildings. But as soon as the all clear sounded, all those no longer concerned with active civil defence work went to their beds and slept. Tiredness took over. Now as I roboted my way along this street of gutted-out houses, my fatigue enclosed me. I looked at the firemen, grey-faced, sitting on the pavement half asleep, their legs and arms sprawled out, as if decentralised from their main will, and I thought, it is happening somewhere, but not here. It was Dick Strauss who had impressed on me the need to eat breakfast before sleeping, and, listening to him telling me this, the other workers had said, "Listen to old Straws. He does know how to look after himself, Straws does. Trust old Straws." I slow walked on, in unwilling compulsion, as if I knew that at the end of my journey I should find something pre-known but dreaded. The trolley buses had started. I got into one of these. It was filled with railway men on their way home from work. Sometimes they talked, but on this morning they were silent, staring out into the grey day. Fatigue had a great strength. Perhaps it was stronger than love or hatred, because it could produce a mood which no insults or sorrow could reach. I got out of the trolley bus and made my way up the road which led to the cafe. Looking listlessly to the left, I saw a mass of smoke coming from Brow's factory, and when it cleared I could see flames. At first, because the whole scene had such pantomime unreality, I did not realize that Braille's factory was burning.